Welcome back. I'm Mike Festiva. Beautiful late spring day. A little windy, so we're going to head out from the water and head up into the mountains, try to find a nice spot to camp, maybe do a little fishing. If you follow the channel, recall last camping trip, the truck had some breaking down issues. I think we resolved the problem. I'll cover that later in the video. So stick around, enjoy the video. Well, unfortunately, having a 660cc engine climbing a really long hill with a camper on the back, you're not pulling very fast speeds. Luckily, there's a passing lane, so I can just take the slow lane up the hill. All right, there we go. 55 on the flats. I could probably pull 60, but it's pretty revved out. I think 56 right now. We're about 6,000 RPMs. That's good enough. So off the highway now, just on the Forest Service road. It's paved here, it goes to dirt eventually. Just head up the mountains. It's the weekend, so we'll see. I got a few camp spots in mind, but being the weekend, there may be some other people out in them, so we'll try until we win, find a good spot. Now there was a camp spot right down here, but it's a little close to the road. I prefer to keep going. Time to kick it into four-wheel drive, front axle lock. Camp up here, but it's kind of a neat gravel pit to go cruise around on. Climb a few hills with the camper. Hopefully not roll it. Fun as it is to cruise around these gravel pits and explore, the problem is people burn a bunch of pallets and garbage, and I'm out here solo. I do have a tire plug kit and a compressor, but you're like subject to possibly getting multiple nails in your tire. It sucks that people burn pallets in this stuff, but it's fun to cruise around and explore until you get a flat or two nails on a tire. Well, it's fun cruising around these trails in the side of the gravel pit. Did come across a friend. He was borrowing a quad, ripping around. I think he's got a dirt bike out here and some friends and family. Told him I'd stop by and say hi to him before I took off in the hills further to go camping. So I head over, say hi, and then push on to a camp spot and hope there's no one in the specific one I've been thinking about. make it a point not to hit the mud puddle so hard in this trip. It was good seeing you, buddy.
Yeah, safe travels, brother.
Have fun, be safe.
Oh yeah.
And enjoy your time, man. I think you got a good philosophy about life. Enjoy life, dude.
I know. That's why I get stoked on you and your brother. It's like, dude, I love seeing these guys out here.
Yeah, dude, it's great seeing you, dude. Have a wonderful weekend,
Yeah.
okay?
Safe travels, brother.
Take care. The beauty of these little trucks is you can get them into places that most bigger vehicles won't make it. Not quite as good as a side-by-side, but pretty darn good. Could feel it spinning towards the end of that puddle. That thing was pretty damn deep. See a lot of vehicles were up on this spot. I started having my side of my camper touch up here. Definitely doesn't ride as smooth as my Rhino, but can't take the Rhino with the camper on the back down the highway at 55. Coming up on the moment of truth, you have to have a pretty tight vehicle to get in here, but you never know. It's a weekend. There's more people out here than I expected on the sides of the road camping, but you're definitely not going to take a regular passenger car back here, but there might be a Jeep or something, or a Samurai. But moment of truth, we'll see if anybody's back here. I think I got the place to myself. That's a win-win. Beats to get off the path a little bit. Hey buddy, definitely know you're not out here alone when there's a pit bull running around in the woods. Okay buddy. Well, I made it to camp. I'm pretty thrilled there's nobody else out here. I got the camp spot to myself. Check this spot out. Now that's pretty awesome. So I got some good treats for tonight, and I also got some hard cider. I'm looking forward to having one of those. And I think before I kick cooking dinner, just chill out, just take in the sounds and sights and relax for a little bit. First off is this Yonder hard cider. It is a blackberry. Oh, and sage. I don't know if I like the sound of that. We'll see. You know what? The sage is so mild in here, I almost don't even notice it. I think they're putting it on there for more shock value than the actual flavor of it. Pretty good sized trees. Definitely a human inflicted scar. I don't know why people got to do that kind of stuff, but that's a pretty good one. I think that's probably at least 3 feet across. That Douglas fir, pretty nice. All right, so before I headed out, I made a little bit of bread, real simple. Flour, warm water, a little bit of bread yeast, salt, and a little bit of brown sugar is what I used in there. So I'm gonna probably make a little bit of bread before dinner here. Olive oil with a little bit of garlic. We're gonna put that in the pan. There we go. So I think our bread's about done here. Looks pretty good. I'll set that to the side. We got some 3 cheese raviolis. So surprisingly, these fresh raviolis, we're not talking the ones that have to be rehydrated. These are the ones that are in the refrigerator unit. Friends of mine showed me this a while back that they're pretty good, just pan fry with a little bit of butter. Cook up pretty well. This is just a little hors d'oeuvre, you know, appetizers. So there's those little raviolis just pan fried in a little butter. Pretty good treat. So I've been waiting for my water to boil and realized I'm running out of gas here. I had been using this thing for making breakfast at my job. I got a little worried. I usually keep an extra fuel bottle dug all around the camper, and finally, way in the back corner. It wasn't the container I thought. It was rolling around back there, but I do have a backup as I got my little solo stove, and I could make a little smoky fire out here and cook with that. But we got man-made fire here. Fuel in the can. There we go. I think those are about done. A little bit of butter, olive oil, garlic, a little bit of mushroom, a little half and half with a bit of milk in there. Flash of salt in there, but it's a bunch of onion, garlic powder, and some Italian seasoning. Grated Parmesan. Remember that bread dough I had from earlier? Well, there's a bunch of flour still in the bottom of the bag, so I'm gonna take that, use that as a little thickener. Just about done. About ready to add the pasta. Oh, forgot the magic touch. So yeah, this is kind of choice. Smoked salmon, homemade, alder smoked. Salmon's one of those things, you either love it or you don't. Growing up around the ocean, I really like it, especially smoked salmon. I got some honey vinaigrette Dijon salad dressing I made up. Super simple. That's some good stuff. I figure with the cream, cheese, and carbs, balance it out with a little bit of a light salad, because that's a pretty heavy, especially with the smoked salmon, that's a pretty heavy snack. So, gotta thank some of you that supported the channel and bought me a coffee, because I was able to get that drone there, invest in something like that. I probably should have got a drone years ago. I got the DJI Neo 2, I believe, because like you could do hand gestures. It's kind of a trip. I'm just learning how to use it. I got it a few months ago, but it was just been pouring down rain. I hadn't had a chance to use it. As soon as I broke it out before the trip today, My kids instantly were on it. Sun crashed into the bushes. There's still not much side protection. I just sent it around here to hit some bushes and luckily returned to home. I'm still figuring it out. I don't know how to make it follow cam the truck, and it's really hard to manually fly that because as soon as it loses sight of a human, it just freaks out. But but I want to thank the people that bought me a coffee, made that possible to pick that thing up. It's really hard to, I don't know, justify that kind of stuff. Hopefully it helps the channel. Thank you for the ones that bought me a coffee. I appreciate it. Something I can roll back in the channel and make better content. Holy hell, that smoked salmon water. Been a little parched. You know what? I'm here finishing up my dinner. Had it hiding under here. I completely forgot my flatbread. Oh well. I'm a little stuffed. I think I ate enough. You know, making bread is super simple. You don't need the stupid machines. You don't need to spend all day working on a loaf of bread, putting it over by the oven to rise with the heat. It doesn't need to be that complex. Use the ingredients like I mentioned. I'll put them on the side of the screen. You can make it an hour before dinner. Making bread is so basic. Get some good yeast. Get some flour. It doesn't take much more than that. Gotta love that cast iron. Got it all cleaned out, wiped it out, and should be good for pancakes in the morning. Well, it's only about 9 p.m., but I'm pretty tired. I think I'm going to chill out and do a little editing. Catch up in the morning. Got my little charge station and my making coffee in the morning station. This is a little drone I just got. Look how tiny that thing is. It's never had anything like that before. It's works pretty good. I'm sure I'll crash it or destroy it, but so far I didn't crash it today. I hit some branches, but that's about it. Till the morning. Good night. It's a beautiful day. Some of you probably are interested in what was going on with the truck last trip. Going on the truck, brake shoes in the rear were sticking. There's an issue with that. What happened was the brake pad lining just came off old brakes and jammed up in the driver's side rear brake, causing the brakes to stick on. Parking brakes stopped working because there's, you know, massive throw. There's no brake material on there anymore. That turned out to be a fiasco because some of you may remember when I first bought my truck, it had a wrong mismatched differential. It's supposed to have been a locking, it wasn't. I think it was out of a van, Suzuki van rear differential, even had the wrong gearing. So I ordered a different differential, whole rear differential assembly with a locking diff. Out of Florida, company sent it up to me, said it would fit my truck, should be right. Everything bolted in there right. Turned out when I went to go buy brake shoes, the brake shoes that showed up here were dinky, like way small. Looked the same, but way small, so I sent those back, and turns out I have a dump truck rear diff, which has bigger brakes, so it was a fiasco trying to find those. Got that solved, had a leaky wheel cylinder, pulled that apart, honed it, cleaned it up, got it back together, it's fine. And running issue, I'm pretty sure splashing through those puddles in the past, I ended up getting water in the distributor, possibly with my gas. Put some of that heat in the gas tank. After putting that heat in it, let it sit for a while. I think things dried out. I ended up getting in, fixing up a bunch of stuff, found a few vacuum leaks, finally deleted my 𝐂𝐸𝐿 completely, both a block off plate, fixed a little oil leak on my back of my distributor, changed the oil, put new plug wires and distributor cap on it. Distributor looked nice and clean inside. Put a new alternator belt on it. Advanced the ignition quite a bit on the distributor, tuned the carb more, took the truck out, and it's running tip-top. It might be running better than it's ever ran. So I think my cutting out issue was definitely splashing through that water, got either in the distributor, got some in the fuel. But the truck's been running tip-top, so I'm happy to have it working great again. So I think I'm gonna make some blueberry pancakes. Got some pancake mix already mixed up here. But one thing I've been digging for, and I cannot find, is I had some breakfast sausage somewhere. I cannot figure out. I must have not packed it, so that's all right. What a beautiful spot. Now I don't have a spatula here, so this is gonna be a little tricky. Hopefully it's not burnt. There we go. A little slab of butter on there. I usually like peanut butter on my pancakes, but didn't bring any out. Now I got some real maple syrup here. I don't know how people can run that fake stuff. It's rather almost not have anything on my pancake at all than that high fructose corn syrup stuff. So one thing I'm really happy to see is I didn't get any flats from cruising around that gravel pit. All my tires got air in them, which is a pleasant thing. When you cruise through those gravel pits, people burn so much shit, pallets and things with nails in them, that I picked up nails before and driven through stuff and realized there was an old burn patch or something, and even tons of broken glass in those places. So, well, breakfast is done. My plates are clean. I think I'm gonna pack up here, grab my Takara rod and go down and see if I can do a little fishing and maybe catch a trout. There's some garbage. Probably pick up that can on the way back. Like to keep things cleaner than when I found them. People come out to these beautiful spots and they throw shit over the hillsides. It's a bummer. But this area is pretty clean, which is nice. Here's some more. Somebody decided to come down to the river, have some drinks. Oh, lucky day, look at that. Somebody sat down here and forgot their beverages. I'll pack those out for sure. Oh, there's a glass bottle over here. I'll pack that out as well because it sucks having stuff like this get broken in the rivers. Not even one fish jump or a bite. So I'm gonna try to switch out flies. I've had pretty good luck with the yellow or orange one around here. This one's got a little bit of black and red on it. I've had pretty good luck with this up in the alpine lakes and small creeks. We'll see. Well, no luck fishing, but I did find two kind of gross looking beers. I'm not sure what they are. Apple Light, Bush. There's a lower camp I haven't really checked out yet. I'm gonna go over here, see if there's any other debris. Oh, that's a nice camp down here. Oh, looks like the people that left their beers down here left all their cans here. Damn. I'm gonna have to come down with a bag, pack this crap out. Unfortunate. People can haul all this shit out here, but they just think just throwing it in the fire pit's gonna take care of the problem for them. Just pack it in, pack it out. You know, at least the people had really bad taste in beer, the ones that are leaving this shit here. This is like some of the nastiest stuff you could pack out here. You know, I'm not saying you're never gonna see it, but you usually don't see super high-end beers just chucked into the woods. It's usually like the cheapest of the shit beer. Kind of goes to show the people that are coming out here and leaving this garbage. Cheapest of the shit people, I guess. So there we go. There's all the trash I packed up from around the river. Plus these two nasty flavored beers, I think. Woohoo! That is rough through here. Looks like there's a truck parked out here. I wasn't out here yesterday. Someone came in last night, I guess. So this is the spot I scraped the camper first attempt over here. I'm gonna try this spot. heading out, all packed up. Crazy getting out of the woods like that, deep off the trails. There's a lot of people that came in out here. Bunch of pull-offs on the side of the road where you get a 2-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive without off-roading into. People camp right off the side of the road. Crazy thing is, 2 to 5 years ago, you come out here, you'd see 1 or 2 vehicles camped, sometimes some dirt bikers at that gravel pit, but that was it. Now there's like RVs, 2-wheel drive cars pulled off at every camp spot. It is nuts. And I came in here around 3:30 or 4 yesterday, and none of these people were camped here. So there's even one RV like right on the shoulder of the road. You couldn't get any bigger and pull off any less. Having a Yorkie running around. The dog, I slowed way down, probably 10 miles an hour, had an old woman put up her hand all mad at me. She had like a bathrobe on still, and her husband scowling at me. The dog was 30 feet off the road. I was going 10 miles an hour, and the dog was loose running around, but like at the same time, don't camp right on the side of a Forest Service road and let your dog run wild and know there's cars driving around. And even if they're going slow, don't be a jerk about it. Like, it's ridiculous. Anyhow, that's just kind of shows to show I probably have to get off the beaten path even further. I thought I was. This area was always pretty remote before, but times are changing, I guess. That's another reason I never mention where I'm camping in my videos, because I don't want to blow out any region. And the people that list these things on Onyx for camping spots, and the people that give maps and say where they're going, blowing spots out that are wilderness, that sucks. Stop doing it, okay? Because you're going to be part of the problem. I never mention where I'm going. All right, till next time. Bye.